Welcome to Marin Ghana News. I'm Valerie Herbert from Nigeria. On today's news, we're discussing on the latest events in Ghana. First, the highlights. Over 4,000 residents have been forced to leave their homes as a major Ghana dam spills over. The FBI investigates former Ghanaian Minister Cecilia Abena-Dapaah. Ghana and IMF agrees for the second loan payment of $600 million. Ghana's main opposition demonstration has denounced economic crisis. The main news. Over 4,000 residents in Ghana's southeastern region have been forced to abandon their homes due to widespread flooding caused by the overflowing of the Akosombo Dam. This has caused a widespread and devastating destruction on homes and farmlands along the bank of River Volta. This has also caused a disruption of essential services, leaving some areas without access to clean water and electricity. Ghana's government released an official statement today and said that people from at least 9 districts have been displaced and forced to abandon their homes as a direct consequence of this flooding. Prior to this disaster, the River Volta Authority issued statements to residents urging them to relocate to higher grounds due to the increasing water upstream levels of the Akosombo Dam. The FBI and the Ghana's Office of the Special Prosecutor have launched an extensive investigation on the assets and the financial dealings of the Ghanaian's former minister Cecilia Abena-Dapaah and her associates in the United States. Ms. Dapaah, who is the former sanitation minister, is undergoing an investigation by the OSP and has been charged with allegations of corruption and corruption-related offenses. These charges surfaced after an astonishing discovery of $1 million in cash at her residence. The public became aware of this substantial sum after 2 of her domestic staff stole the money and Ms. Dapaah herself had to report the case to the police. The public outcry and the parliamentary concern over the origin of this money caused Ms. Dapaah to resign from her ministerial position. According to reports, Ms. Dapaah has launched and filed a case to the court asking for the halt of the Office of the Special Prosecutor ongoing investigation into her and her husband. Ghana has reached an agreement with International Monetary Fund in terms of the second payment of the $600 million out of its $3 billion credit deal. Ghana had previously made a deal with IMF in December as the country sought to shore up its public finances and better manage debt while emerging from the worst economic crisis it has faced in decades. According to a statement issued by the IMF, Ghana will have access to about $600 million in financing after the board approves of the mission's review. Hundreds of protesters rallied in Ghana's capital, Accra, on Tuesday, denouncing the country's economic crisis and blaming it on the policies of the central bank governor. The opposition leadership has said that Ghana's central bank governor, Ernest Addison, should resign from the position of overseeing an economy that has reached an inflation rate of 40%. Led by the main opposition NDC minority leader Cassiel Ato Forson, the protesters chanted, danced and drummed near the ranks of heavily armed police officers. Ghana's economic crisis will be a major theme in the upcoming presidential election as the President Akufo-Addo, will be stepping down after the ending of his 2 terms allowed by the Constitution. The MPP, the ruling party, will be holding its primary elections next month to pick a candidate for the December 2024 presidential election. The current Vice President, Mahamudu Bawumia, a former central bank governor, has been said that it's most likely to win the NPP primary election. The main opposition party, NDC, has chosen the former president, John Dramani, as their candidate for the upcoming election. Well, this is Marine Ghana News, and I am Valerie Herbert from Nigeria.